Hello? Make yourself at home, okay?
Leonard was quite an amazing man. He had a real passion for God and art. He would love everyone. He would love all people, whether they liked God or not. And Leonard was just like one of the happiest people in the world. He proclaimed himself to be the happiest man alive, and I believe that he was, because he would just welcome everybody into his mountain with open arms, and he would thank people for coming and give them tours, and he was just a very dedicated, passionate man.
His main message, God is love.
For me, it kind of goes to show how, I guess, humans are still salvageable, I would say.
I love that the word love is all over the mountain. From wherever you, even when you're driving in, just seeing that's the main message that comes out for me.
The greatest of these is love.
I'm not so much religious, but it still does have like positive vibes and stuff, so I think that's pretty cool. It feels peaceful.
The message, which is so positive, it's about love, not condemnation, and I just really find that feeling good.
Hi, I'm Sue Whitmire. I'm a Salvation Mountain board member and also one of the helpers at East Jesus. Part of Leonard's message was God is love, love one another. So it's not just being a religious thing, but also to love your neighbor and to get along and let's just all have peace in the world. Leonard was a really interesting man, and I just really believe that what he was producing, his art and his message, is something that we all could follow. And I felt honored to be part of the board. Since Leonard died, we have the board of directors, which is trying to preserve the mountain as he left it. We don't have plans to expand the mountain or change it, but keep it the way he got it going, just the way he shaped it and his paintings and decorations. We'll try to repair things. If there's a crack that opens up, we'll try to patch it up or repaint things. And keep people off, from climbing all over the mountain, causing damage. So things like that we'll try to maintain and repair. But we're hoping to preserve the mountain as long as possible. The desert is a very harsh place to survive, and nature may take its toll. But we're just going to keep on as long as we can. About once a month, we try to do a work party where we get volunteers just from all over to come in and mix up adobe the way Leonard did, and patch things on the mountain, patch up the cracks, maybe repaint over the paint that's flaked off. And then, so we're always welcoming donations with supplies and people to put in their time, and caretakers too. That's another position that we're always looking for people to stay at the mountain as caretakers for security purposes, and to give tours as people come in.
This is my third year. Probably come here 3 or 4 weekends every winter. Actually, every time I come away with different thoughts about life,
It's not our first time, but what made us think about coming here, I think, was seeing it on the web, reading about it. The first time we were here, we were really impressed.
First time I came out here, my impression was confusion. I heard about it from friends of mine, obviously growing up in this area. Further out this, they had come to ride their dirt bikes out here. And they're like, yeah, there's this trippy painted mountain. And then one weekend we decided to make the trip out.
We saw pictures of the mountain on Instagram, and it just looked amazing, so we had to see it in person. But just a random road trip.
We were sent here by another couple who said it is something you can't miss. And so we drove a couple of hours down, and they were right. It is just an unbelievable piece of cultural art. Anyone who has a vision and executes it, I have a great deal of respect for. And then you put that vision out here in the middle of nowhere, and you still execute your vision. I think that is just extraordinary.
It's very colorful, it's exciting, you could tell Leonard has passion for his love of God and just the art and just the intricate patterns he has here. And he would go out to the desert just in the area and just drag them back. He'd load them up on his like tractor or in his car or whatever and drag them out here. And he always loved to tell about his tire trees, the truck tire trees. You know, how he's just got tires stacked up and then he fills it with adobe and then he covers the outside. And then he would just stick sticks in, sticking out the top of the stack of tires. Leonard was a really interesting man, and I just really believe that what he was producing, his art and his message, is something that we all could follow. And I felt honored to be part of the board, just to help out and maintain what he started. Slab City is pretty much open to anybody, so you know, if you pick a spot you want to camp in, as long as you're not too close to somebody else, you know, everybody that's here wants to respect everybody else's space. So you just pretty much set up a camp and just make sure you clean up when you leave. You know, that's always appreciated. East Jesus was started by a man named Charlie Russell, and he basically was looking for a place where he could live off the grid and do his own thing for art and music, and this is where he ended up. Unfortunately, he has passed away, so we have friends and people that knew him kind of taking over and maintaining the place to keep his vision and dream going. Much like at Salvation Mountain, where when Leonard passed, you know, now we have caretakers and people trying to keep his dream going, which is basically a lot of art. So when Charlie first came to Slab City, he actually worked with Leonard for a bit, helping him in his project. And then Charlie decided he'd rather kind of start his own thing back here in this part of Slab City off in the corner. And so yeah, they did kind of meet in the beginning. Here at East Jesus, we have what's called the Sculpture Garden, and it's basically a lot of items and things repurposed into art and other useful items. We have like the residents that live here full-time, and then we have some visitors that'll come in occasionally and maybe visit for a weekend. Some people come for certain events such as the Art Slam, which, you know, some of these panels of wood that are put up on this tower were created during our annual event. And it's a lot of our communications are done through either email or Facebook. So if somebody was interested in actually spending time here, they'd want to contact one of the caretakers here at East Jesus if they wanted to spend the night or a long-term residency. To survive in Slab City, it takes a special kind of person that has the desire to live here, because it's not, you know, you just flip a switch or turn on a faucet. You know, you do have to be self-sustaining. And a lot of people do use solar panels or generators, or they use batteries, or they just do without. You know, there's a wide range of survival skills that some people have and some people develop by being here. You have to learn how to cook, you know, maybe over a camp stove or build a fire pit. And, you know, there's other things you need to be aware of to survive out here, such as, you know, the weather conditions, extreme heat, extreme wind, critters like rattlesnakes and scorpions and tarantulas and things like that. So you have to have a desire to be part of this community as well.
I am the proprietor of the the Slab City Internet Cafe. We run on donations. I provide internet, coffee, and on sunny days, electricity. I've got almost an entire kilowatt of solar panels, and I have a 3,000 watt inverter. I see it as an artist community. There's, you know, a lot of people think that it's a place for rebels and people that don't want to pay to live, but trust me, living is not free no matter where you are. Out here, we have to provide everything ourselves. We have to provide our own electricity, our own water, our own housing, you know. There's no phone service out here except cell phones. I've added solar panels and batteries and upgraded a lot of the equipment here. Granted, I can't take a lot of that with me, but I've invested my own money in what I consider my home.
Builder Bill was the creator of the range here in Slab City. He built the stage, and it's open every Saturday night. It's just like a community event for people to come, and they can sit in the audience and listen to other people play music. Or if you're feeling talented, you could get up on stage and play a guitar, sing, tell some jokes, and it's a community event, and that's what Builder Bill was hoping for, just to have people have a place to go every week. They could have some fun, see the people you haven't seen all week, and then people go back to their camps during the week, and then they come back out every Saturday, so even in the summertime. So it's a fun event. Bill tries to keep it safe, so it's welcoming the families also that maybe come in from the outside.